What's up, everybody? R.T.O's only love two things: talking about anime and debating about anime. This is a brand new series where we debate about any anime we want to talk about. In this video, you can tell by the thumbnail and the title, it's going to be Violet Evergarden versus A Place Further Than the Universe. And with me, I have my friend Duncan. So, let's get started. So here I have Duncan with me, and he's going to be fighting for A Place Further Than the Universe. I will be fighting for Violet Evergarden for the best anime of the winter season of 2018. And we are going to be talking about the plot, art, animation, music, and cinematography of the series. Duncan is going to go first with the plot. So, what do you have to say?
Alright, well, I don't want to keep us all waiting forever, but if I had to describe A Place Further Than the Universe's plot, I would say it's got a better forward momentum along with the pacing. It does a good job of mashing the characters' own personal journeys with the main journey that they're all going on together. And you can really see that in all the personal journeys that the characters go on. You have Kimari, who has this longing feeling for making the best out of her youth, which is something that pretty much everybody can relate to. And her need for adventure is what really spurs her on for this adventure. And then you have Shirase, who's experienced the death of a loved one and searches for closure. And I think that's another thing that lots of people can relate to. And then you got Hinata, who's basically the best glue for the group. Her personal journey really is kind of a mashup of all of the others' journeys, and dealing with the fact that she needs to be able to rely on others if she really wants to be effective in a group. And then last, you have Yuzuki, who has a real struggle with finding friends based on her position in her life. And again, I find that very relevant as well. So I know I just talked about all the characters there, but you really can't talk about A Place Further Than the Universe without really getting into the characters. They're just so strong. And that's really all I have to say about the plot at the moment. What about you, Ray?
Well, for Violet Evergarden, the plot is very episodic, with every episode being on a different person about Violet, writing the story or a letter of anything. But with every story and every character, they help develop Violet's emotions and the way she thinks life and now. The way Violet started was she was very robotic, very, no emotions. She just was, everything was so literal and very general or very military-esque. And now at the end, she knows what emotions are, she knows what sadness is, and I'm pretty sure she now finally learns what I love you means, which is an amazing thing. And with all the other characters around her, like Gilberto, it is kind of messed up that he didn't tell her from the start, but there is reasons to it. And you know what? Bringing it up to her and letting her find out was probably the best. It brings out more development and characterization, giving her more dynamic emotions, making her realize what she did, making her realize that she is burning up on the inside of all the deaths and all those, lives she's ended and all the families she's probably made sad. And all these episodes we've seen, like with the mom and with the daughter, it is such an emotional episode because she now knows that a story has ended with, a relationship has ended with the mom and the daughter. She knows all that stuff. She's sad with the scriptwriter, with the story of his daughter being gone. He's sad with that. With the war veteran, she knows that the family's gone and they're sad, but they're grateful that she got the letter, but she knows that she couldn't do anything else. Just overall, the way Violet changed through the whole series was amazing. She's like a whole different new character, and I just love that aspect so much. And even with the anime-only characters, with Yurase, or is it Issei, or was
I don't remember.
I can't remember. But the two...
Are you talking about the first two characters?
Yeah, the first two characters.
Explore?
Yeah. The anime only, but they help build and develop Violet's character even more. And I don't understand why the manga readers are so mad, even though they were really good episodes. Yeah. But that's all I can say with the plot. It's a great story of Violet learning what emotions are and learning what, the last words Gilbert said to her, which is, I love you. So, with all that aside, let's move on to the art and animation of the series. And I'll go first for this time. I don't think there's a competition to this one. Violet Evergarden
hold on.
is beautiful.
It's beautiful, but beauty is only part of the picture in art and animation.
Listen, dude.
I will hand art to Violet Evergarden, okay? Like, art, I will hand over. Look at that. Look at that boy.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
But it's Kyoto animation, man. You can't deny that everything was...
Madhouse, man.
Madhouse is great, dude. But Kyoto Animation nailed it. It even looked like a silent voice, which is one of my favorite anime movies now of all time.
Yeah.
The fact that they could capture that amazing lighting, great visual effects, the hair, the detail, so much stuff. The detail in the brooch, how they animated it so smooth and so cleanly. The way they animated the hair, motion of water, wind, and the leaves falling, every type of that, it was so clean, and very rarely you would see a derp face in the series. And that's what I say, it has the best art and animation of that season.
I would agree to the extent that it's definitely the most pretty, and I think that is something that's very important in catching the viewer's attention and bringing out the glory of the series as well. But I'm not going to try and argue that it's more pretty, even though it is very pretty if you just look at it.
I do love the rim lighting they have on each character.
Yeah, but what I will argue is I think that A Place Further in the Universe's art animation is used very creatively, and it's really impresses me. I think they do a lot of really good job on the animation front in the series, expressing the character animation, and how you can see how each different character moves differently, or in just the sort of the small interactions that they have, it really helps to find them and flesh out their characters in ways that animation can only really accomplish. But more than that, on the art side, while Violet Evergarden is really beautiful and it captures the landscape really great, A Place Further in the Universe used the background art especially in ways that were really impressive to me. For starters, in some of the episodes where they visit different locations like Malaysia or Australia, it looks very, very photorealistic. It looks...
They did the research for sure.
It's absolutely beautiful, and I did not think that would happen when they're already working on another anime during that season.
Yeah.
So that shows a lot of commitment to their background art, but also they use their background art in creative ways, like to tell punchlines. Just give me one quick example. When Kimari first discovers the $1,000,000 yen and she opens up the envelope, she sees all the money and then she recoils, and you can see in the background art there's a lottery advertisement there that says 1,000,000 yen right now, and I thought, oh wow, it gives me a little more appreciation for the series in retrospect. So this is a series that really rewards you for diving into it.
Yeah. I think that's all we can say about it. It's pretty tied, but I think I can say that the art is definitely on my side.
At the end of the day, I think it's really, it's pretty subjective of what you find beautiful, but I will say Violet Evergarden's art is out of this world in its detail, at least.
So let's talk about the cinematography then, if we're talking about art.
Yeah.
So I can let you go first now.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Where do I even start with this? It's just that I was mentioning earlier when I was talking about art that they use it all really creatively throughout the series, and the thing is, I just think that visual direction across the board was really, really phenomenal. And probably the best example that I could think of this is the chasing scene from episode 2. The way that the camera moves in that scene really captures the themes and the tone of that scene. Absolutely incredible. You see it transitions between perspective shots of them running away, and it's all shaky, so you can get the sense of how fast they're running, and then you transition between the really bright lights in the background while they zoom past it, showing all of their speed, and it transitions between the different characters really seamlessly. It uses lighting very effectively, and that's just one example I can think of really right now, and that really shows the brilliance of the cinematography in the series.
So those are all really good points for the cinematography. But for Violet Evergarden, they frame a lot of shots so beautifully, giving you the vast look of the world of Violet Evergarden. In just the first episode, when the paper flies out of the window, you can see the beauty and the vastness of the world, and you can get a small depth of the architecture of the place. It's, really early 16th century look, and it's so beautiful. With that, with the lighting, And then we can get to the second episode. The third episode when she goes to, the school where we see that she goes into the clock tower and we see that beautiful sunrise. And it's amazing and giving so much emotion to Violet as well. Every, things, like we can go to episode 7 with the scriptwriter. When she goes, tries to jump over the lake. That one scene where she goes on one leaf for a split second was immensely beautiful and something that is so well done cinematography, focusing on, the leaf, then focusing on that one quick screenshot of her, seeing the ripples of things. It's all done and, framed so beautifully. And then there's the small things where she looks at, this typewriter and says it's an amazing weapon, and it pans to it, showing that she means the typewriter.
Yeah.
And it's something where it just works off of what's around her to add more meaning and help explain it to the viewer of the series.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about the cinematography of Violet Evergarden.
Yeah.
But I think that's all we can say about the cinematography. They're all, both of them, really great and play off with the background and play off with the objects of the surroundings.
I think we've drooled over the cinematography long enough, haven't we?
Yeah. But let's go on to music then for cinematography.
Oh.
With music, I'm gonna go first then. With music, it's incredible. There's so many different varieties of music, with something so soft and gentle, and then something so, intense, where, the violin's going crazy and the piano's going crazy, where, Violet's jumping out of the plane and you hear that amazing music, or where it's just Violet, just contemplating on herself, and you can hear that really nice and soft violin and piano, and it's all really great stuff. And I've even downloaded a good amount of the OST of the show, and I can't lie, the OST for A Place for Another Universe is also really great. What do you have to say for it?
First of all, yeah, I downloaded part of the OST too on my phone for Violet Evergarden and for A Place for Another Universe. Yeah. So I guess, first of all, are we talking about openings at all or endings? That we're just talking about the soundtrack?
We're talking about the soundtrack.
Yeah, because, music is pretty subjective, but one thing I will say about music in A Place for Another Universe... I'm so sorry.
Music? But,
one thing I will say about music in A Place for Another Universe is insert songs. Mm-hmm. Insert songs are used so well in A Place for Another Universe. Pretty much every episode ends with an insert song that really helps swell up your emotions and tug at your heartstrings. I found myself. For Violet
Evergarden, man.
I know, but they use them in every single episode. I'm not lying. The music can really tug at your heart. But in Place for Another Universe, it happens every single episode. And I thought I'd get tired of it after the first 6 times, but it just doesn't. It really helps us bring these emotions up to a level I didn't think was possible. I found myself crying at several of the ends of the episodes just because of how much it really made me admire what was going on. That's all I really have to say about it. That's why I admired the most about their soundtrack.
I think we can talk about the openings and ending then. Well, I want to talk about the openings and ending of Violet Evergarden then. A lot of the times for the opening, we did get the opening pretty late, only coming in from the 3rd episode, but the song...
it was the 4th episode.
It was the 3rd episode. Okay. The song was amazing. Then, it's such great vocals, the woman is beautiful, and, you can really hear the emotion of that singer. And then for the ending, a lot of the times they wouldn't have the ending scene, the actual end card play, but it would be just in the background, the end song playing and giving even more emotions to the scene that's happening right now, especially with the princess scene when she was getting married. The ending was playing and it was really great, really emotional, and that music coming in, it stirred it even more. And that's what I really like about Violet Evergarden. They can add music, they can even use the opening and ending in a great way to add emotions. So what can you say for A Place for Another Universe?
Well, the thing that I really just think puts Violet Evergarden over A Place for Another Universe is it pretty much has almost everything Violet Evergarden has, and then it's got its own flair to it. You talked about the ending song sometimes coming up at the end of the episode to really swell that up. That happens right at the end of the first episode of A Place for Another Universe, and I love that ending song. Mm-hmm. And same deal with the opening. I actually really enjoyed A Place for Another Universe's opening more than Violet Evergarden.
It is super catchy.
Both in terms of music and the visuals, but if we're not talking about visuals and just music, then Yeah, I don't know. That's really up to you guys' personal taste. Huh?
Yeah, music is super subjective, but like someone can be more of a classical fan, they enjoy Violet Evergarden's music because it's so much more classical and so much more things like that. And then people love, A Place for the Universe's music because it's more upbeat and then adds more emotions and it's
I got a bit of a folksy vibe a few times because of the guitar that they use.
Yeah.
And it's especially... Oh, do you remember this? It was the episode of Yuzuki's birthday, I think. They made her a cake, and they had that song playing. I have that on my phone. I downloaded that instantly.
It's a good song. It's a good song. But the last thing... No, we went through everything. I
guess so.
Yeah, we went through everything.
Do we have any final thoughts, I guess?
Some final thoughts is that both of these series are incredible, great additions to the anime industry, and just watch both and see what, say what you think. And, pick a side. Do you pick with Violet Evergarden? Do you pick with A Place Within the Universe? I mean, say it in the comments below. But that is all we can debate about, and we're probably going to talk about it more off camera, but... This has been a really fun video to make. I just wanted to do this because this has been popping up in my head. The moment I saw, the moment both of these series ended, I wanted to debate about which was better because it was such a thing was like, oh, Violet Evergarden's better. Oh, Place Within the Universe is better. But
we had those conversations a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure. But this is now official for me on my YouTube channel. I side with Violet Evergarden. Duncan sides with the Place Within the Universe. But what's your side? You decide. See you all in the next video. Goodbye.